Hello.
Hey, everybody.
We need to mute the TV so we don't get,
I know. I'll go do that real quick.
the FCC or something coming after us.
Yeah.
Hey, folks, welcome to Monday night. Chili Bean went to mute the TV so we don't get, fined or something because we have the news on in the background. So it is Monday. We're approaching maybe a small amount of snow overnight and into the morning. So
Hopefully no ice.
Yeah, hopefully not. Not supposed to. It's supposed to be a little slushy.
Yeah.
So hoping
Little winter mix.
the stew that we make tonight, I think is going to do us well for a couple of days if it gets super, super cold again. So
I'm Chili.
I'm still the Davises.
We are.
Yep.
Everybody watching that, but that's okay.
Hey, well, we went live a couple minutes early.
No, we were.
So for those of you who do join us right on the 6:30 nose, we banter a little bit to give folks time to get logged on and watch. So that's what we're doing right now. But we are
at week 2 of West African cuisine.
We are.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys can hear us. You guys are traveling along with us. Maybe you're going to foods that we have later this week. Later next week. Hey, Jennifer.
Hey, Jen. So this week, we actually took a stop in a couple of places. So the stew that we are going to show you how to make is from Cape Verde, which is an island off of the coast of West Africa, teeny tiny. We're of course adapting for the sake of Midwestern ingredients, to be perfectly honest. Can't always get all of the things, right? So especially where we live. So we'll show you how to make a few tweaks to this stew to get the same flavor profile that's in the traditional, but utilizing things that we have here at home. So actually, this one wasn't. I had one ingredient I had trouble finding, so we'll talk about that in a bit. But while the stew is stewing, we will work on some meat pies that are inspired by a Nigerian snack food. That ended up there by way of European colonialization. and what I hope that if nothing else comes out of this year of traveling the globe is that we all have so many similar things in common in our cuisines, and partly because of to put it mildly, the colonialization of the various places on this planet by other various people. Not always a pretty history in some places. That said, there's a lot of overlap in the things that we're kind of working with.
Yeah.
Drink?
The drink, we're going to do a drink that doesn't have to be alcoholic. If you want to add alcohol to it, you're more than welcome to. One of us might, one of us might not.
Never know.
You never know. There's a good chance one of us might. So we're drinking Zobo tea. So we created this a little earlier, so I'll throw this up on the stove cam.
No.
So we did this tea with some hibiscus tea. So Zobo tea is a hibiscus tea, some cinnamon, some turmeric, which I just butchered again. Turmeric, some cloves, some cinnamon. And that's what we made the tea out of. So you want to ice up my glasses for me?
I'll ice up your glasses.
Thank you. So we just made that up to a boil, let it simmer for a while. So it is a nice, wonderful warm tea. So it's got, we did do like 4 tea bags, a couple cinnamon sticks, a little bit of cloves.
Yeah,
and
I
that other
kind of eyeballed it.
That other one that I can't pronounce. So
turmeric.
Thank you. It's just easier for her to say it.
You're missing a step.
Oh yeah, we gotta.
Lord, you're missing a step. That would have gone very badly.
That would have not been good.
Well, hello, sweet girl. How are you? Yes, be a good girl. Sorry, the dog nosed my butt.
She wanted an ice cube.
Oh, she did, actually. That's exactly why she's here.
It is. So we're going to strain this.
Ice tax. There you go.
And try to make sure that we get everything out. Well, everything just, there we go.
Yeah, so two of the short cinnamon sticks. You can buy short or really long ones. A quart of water, I think, is that what I did?
Yeah, quart.
Yeah, I did, because that doesn't look like it's a quart, but
Well,
we
some of
lost
it
some in
evaporated.
evaporation. Yeah. 4 just regular tea bags,
Mhm.
hibiscus tea bags, like for hot tea.
Whoa.
Did you get ahead of yourself there? A little bit.
No.
Cloves, I didn't measure those, so I don't know, half a teaspoon probably of whole cloves. And I had turmeric powder and ginger, but I had whole ginger. So you could go powder spice or roots or some combination thereof. So don't think you have to run out and buy. I just have this stuff on hand usually. So if you've got the powdered version, that's fine too. It's all gonna disappear when you boil it. Did you leave room in your glass, or are you gonna drink some down?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Never know.
You want your stirrer?
I love my stirrer sticky, please.
There you go.
So there we go. So we have our Zobo tea.
God, it still smells delicious.
It does.
And it's very dark purple.
It is.
And would you stir mine so the pineapple juice does its thing? Thank you. I will tell you, it's probably pretty strong. So if you make this and it's too strong, you can cut it again with some water.
Or more pineapple juice.
Or something, yeah. But it's pretty concentrated. That also works. Cheers. God, that's beautiful.
Hold on. I'm dumping another thing of pineapple juice.
Okay. That's delicious. It's not as strong as I thought it would be.
Well, I added quite a bit of pineapple.
It's delicious.
So there we go.
Cheers. Oh, you guys can't see me. Ooh, that cinnamon comes through though.
Oh man, that is good. That would be really good in a hot tea as well. So.
Oh yeah, you don't have to. Not this version. By any.
That's delish.
Any stretch of imagination. So again, we're kind of working with what we have locally and celebrating other cultures and other cuisines and doing it. Putting on my AB apron.
There. Now they can see a little bit more over here.
See better?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get the stew started. Yeah. Oh, I actually forgot I needed to get my Pido out so it can warm up. So hold the
farm
just a wee bit.
I'll hold that.
Yeah, those are. Yeah, just set them somewhere. Anytime you use pre-made Pido, let it warm up before you unroll it or unwrap it. No room in the end. That's okay.
No room.
I'll throw them in the air fryer.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's going to crack on you pretty bad. So, all right. So the stew that we're making is traditionally made with a variety of meats or fish, depending on what you have available. Beans, some vegetables, sweet potatoes, and traditionally yuca, which is what I could not find locally anywhere. So I picked up yams at our fresh food store that carries international produce usually. So we'll look at the difference between real yams, and sweet potatoes as opposed to orange yams that are really sweet potatoes. But before we get that going, we're going to get some chorizo. Now,
yes, please.
Everything I have tonight is pork, but if you do not or cannot eat pork for whatever reason, you don't have to use the same meats. You can use chicken or beef or venison or go the fish route. Yeah, it's
we're
totally
just
up
using
to
pork because and pork chorizo is delicious.
That and the chorizo most closely matches would be available. There you go. Okay. And I have raw chorizo sausages like brats. Where's my others? My olive
They look
oil.
like that.
Yep. They are not cooked.
Nope.
You could
Put your oven?
smoke them or grill them and then slice them. Show you a little bit different method. I'm only going to use 2 of them because I've got some pork loin to put in here. So because they're cased, of course, take a small knife, slit the casing.
Get them naked.
And get them naked. And I don't want this really to be crumbly like Sloppy Joe hamburger crumbly. So I'm going to put them in whole, and we'll just kind of cut them, break them apart. I need my
Trash bowl?
yeah, that. Thank you.
Boy, I'm telling you what.
Because casing.
It's a good thing
things.
I'm in your head.
I mean,
Yep.
Okay, so just slit the casing, pull it off. No comments from the peanut gallery. I'm glad my cousin's not watching.
No, we got no comments. I don't think we have a peanut gallery right
now. And we'll put that in, and then Chili is going to put these in, wrap them in plastic, and put them back in the fridge. There you go. Going to wash my hands now because I have sausage all over them.
Put them into a Ziploc?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. 1 Ziploc.
All right, so now, my olive wood was not very good quality olive wood because it's all banged up. I'm going to just kind of chunk these so they're big bite-sized chunks, and they'll fry up. And then I'll remove them before I start putting too much else in here because I don't want them to fall apart. I want them to be nice chunks. Now, if you can't find these and you just can find like a smoked chorizo or one that's already cooked, that's fine. Just slice it. But like I said, I don't want this to crumble. Some of these bigger pieces I'll cut down a little bit more.
Who's out there watching?
All right. And we'll let those do their thing. And I'm going to cut up an onion. You definitely want the onion and garlic. If you have a pepper, go for it. But you definitely want the aromatics in here, the onion and garlic. Have a lot of spices that are going to go into it as well. All right. And these, we're going to kind of rough chop the onions. So decent sized pieces, but not so big that they're unmanageable. Got some weird thin pieces there. And my chorizo's rendering some really beautiful fat.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go ahead and put this in because I can work around the chorizo with pear tongs. I think we'll just stick with one. We'll put this other one in a container. Thank you. All right, pepper. I always put onions, pepper in before I put my garlic in. That way my garlic has less opportunity to burn. And again, decent, bite-sized pieces. These don't have to be finely chopped. Uniform would be nice, but And like I always say, it's dinner, not culinary school, so don't worry about other than keeping yourself safe, don't worry too much about technique. All right, I'm gonna pull. Now, chili bean, don't go eating these because they're not totally done.
Okay. I will attempt not to touch them.
Now, I've got some spots right here, and I'm going to put a little bit of water in just to get it out of there. Thank you.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Fogging up the camera.
I am fogging up the camera. All right. Turning the heat down low. So most of that will evaporate here in a little bit, but even if it doesn't, that's okay. I didn't want that dark to get any darker.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. All right. 4 garlic cloves.
There's one.
Actually, that was 2.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. I put 2 at a time if I can. You know, if you really love garlic, more is fine.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're already peeled, so I try not to waste any.
Yeah, don't want to waste garlic.
Mm-mm. Alrighty.
What else we got going on?
Well, so now we're going to look
Back
at the
to
difference
us.
between
Well, come up here and do it up to the big camera.
At the what camera?
The big camera.
Big camera. Okay.
Oster.
Yeah, it's probably okay. There's enough liquid in there. It's not going to be. I want some of that liquid to evaporate.
Got you.
Okay.
Get up there.
So we all know what a sweet potato looks like, right? If you live in the Midwest, you know what a sweet potato looks like. Okay. This one's kind of funky shaped. They're not always, so weirdly shaped, but when you get them at farmers market and they come right out of the ground, sometimes you get weird shapes. This is one that I would not necessarily cook to eat like you would eat a baked potato or a baked sweet potato because it's so weirdly shaped. It's going to be not done here on this big bulb part. I was waiting for the peanut gallery behind me. And like way done on this narrow part. So this is one that I would cut up, put in stews, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
When we slice into it, orange on the inside. These are ends of the yam. And we have a tendency in the U.S. to interchange yam and sweet potato. And if you buy canned sweet potatoes, they're often called canned yams. They're sweet potatoes. Yams are considerably starchier than your typical sweet potato. And I'm going to peel one, peel this guy, and cut into both of them so you can see.
I'll get them over there to you.
Okay.
Nope. Look at there.
Okay.
That's a sweet tater.
Yep. So pale orange on the inside. I'm going to cut this weird end off here. We'll mess with that in a bit. So for this, you want to peel your potato. You can eat sweet potato peel just like you can eat a white potato peel. I know not everybody does, but you certainly can. Just wash it real good. So pale, that outer skin's really all you're worried about. If you kept peeling, you'd get into a darker orange there, but you don't have to. Sometimes the shape on these guys makes them a little more challenging to get all the peel off. Skin off. Okay. So there's that guy.
I'll work on that. Okay, I won't. You got it.
That's okay. I got it. Here, if you want to try to maneuver him.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna
Okay.
throw that one away.
Okay.
That's more than enough.
Yeah, this actually is plenty. All right, so I'm gonna cut him in half so it's a little bit easier because this is kind of a weird shape here. So you want, again, large dice on these guys for this particular stew. And uniform, like that's kind of a weird piece. So uniform sizes, not necessarily shapes, is what we're going for here.
Surface area. Surface area and volume.
Yep.
Hey, new people. Who else is watching? We've got Jennifer and Debbie, supposedly. But we don't know who that other person is watching.
Oh, say hi. We like to talk to people.
Yeah.
All right. So,
You can hear us. We can't hear you.
yep.
But then again, we also get to taste the food and the cocktails and everything else. And you don't, unless you make it yourself.
And we hope you do make it yourself. All right. I'm running out of room here, so I'm going to lost my
scooper. It's right there.
Thank you.
Get your scooper, scoop them in. Shovel them off.
All right.
Off to the pool, boys.
Shoveling. We're just going to kind
of
let those sit. Hey, Heather.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey. Now, if you've ever cut into a white potato to make French fries or something, roasted potatoes, they're pretty tender, even raw. Sweet potatoes are not. A little bit more.
They are not tender.
Heft to them. All right, I'm only going to use part of this, so you can just throw this right back in the crisper.
Okay.
If you can see
yam,
this,
right?
this is a yam. Their hair. This has got some hair on it.
It's got some hairy.
Yeah.
It's like it lives underground or something.
Right. And see how white that is? It actually looks more like a white potato.
Yeah.
But considerably starchier than a potato.
Really?
And a little mucusy.
Uh-huh.
I know that's a beautiful term, but that's exactly what I'm feeling.
Snotty.
Right now.
Uh-huh.
So when you're peeling, be careful.
Don't want your fingers slipping around.
Yeah.
Think of it as something that has come out of
that.
Sorry, I was just admiring
It is a little phallic.
Yeah, the phallic imagery of it.
Some of them are, a little bit thicker like potatoes. I just bought what I could get my hands on. This is, by the way, not a traditional part of this dish. I have seen some recipes with it in it. But we're taking a little bit of a liberty here.
Poetic license.
That, and it also allowed me to show you what a yam looks like on the inside.
We need some more water in here.
Okay.
Because we are getting...
Yeah, hang on. Turn them on the stove cam because I'm that's ahead of me here, so I need to do something before I put some water in it.
Okay.
So we'll get the yam in here in a second. I didn't want to pre-slice and dice everything because I wanted you to see bits and pieces. No tomatoes.
Yes.
But
Hoorah.
to get that tomato and acid flavor, tomato paste and about a tablespoon.
That'll work. I won't mind.
Right on the inside where you got some heat.
Right in the center.
Right in the center, because you want it to toast up a little bit before you start stirring it in.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to stir that in. And then I'll go ahead and add part of my chicken stock. So I have a chicken bouillon that has some tomato powder in it also.
Man, this looks like grape Kool-Aid.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so that'll get us going there. So back to this guy. If you've ever worked with okra, it's the same kind of texture. That slimy texture. So big chunks here.
If you've ever had sex.
Hey, We're not going there.
Well, I'm just telling you. I mean, that's
all right.
it's exactly what it
Those
looks
go
like.
into the pot. That slimy, however, will make this nice and thick. So it's going to be a good. All right, couple carrots. Now, in stew, unless your carrots are just, hairy, don't worry about peeling them.
Yeah.
Top and tail them and let them go because it's all going to get stewed in with everything else anyway. So, top them, tail them, discard that for vegetable stock.
Come on.
By the way, all of this, the pieces and bits that I'm removing, vegetable stock. Chunks, maybe not that big. So bite size, because again, we're making stew. Right. And those go into the pot. Now our pot can boil.
Everything's in the pool. Crank that pupper up.
We'll wash that later.
I'm going to stir this around a little bit.
All right, I need to wash my hands. Drink.
Okay. Drink. Drink if you're drinking along. I'll drink.
Okay. So we're going to let those vegetables cook. Now, I could have par cooked all of this to get it going faster. That's going to take a while. Like we might not be done by the time 7:30 rolls around. So
no, but that's okay.
We'll try.
We will attempt.
You don't have to let stew hours and hours.
Yeah.
You can certainly, but you don't have to.
It's nice though when it does.
The reason we do is to break meat down. Well, we're using meat that's already been cooked, and that's one of the
benefits of this.
Benefits of doing what we're doing here.
Yeah.
All right. The other thing that's going to go in here is not the entire pork loin, but I roasted this guy yesterday, and it's got some like Spanish flavors to it.
Another colonizer.
Well, and so here's the deal. Parts of West Africa were colonized by the Portuguese, which also colonized Brazil.
Yep.
Other parts were colonized by other parts of Europe, England. So I'm going to cut just 2 hunks off. You want a piece of this to eat?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. A sliced chili piece. And we're just going to hunk that up and let it go. So pork roast, loin. Loin, not roast. I doused it in like a real peppery Spanish spice blend that I have. So it will play well with this. It's not identical or traditional, certainly, but in the oven at 350. So you don't need high heat on this. You want it a little bit low and slow, but 350 is fine. It took about an hour to get to, on pork like this, I do 130 to 134. Let it cool. And you saw me unwrap it. I'm just going to wrap it right back up in what it was.
Put it back in the fridge.
And put it back in the fridge, and we will have it all week.
Mm-hmm.
And if there happens to be any left at the end of the week, it goes in the freezer. So,
and it's delicious.
Locally, Kroger's, if you can catch these on sale, they're really on sale. This one, I think, when I looked at the price on it, was maybe an $8 loin. So when they put them on sale, it's a good sale. So we usually pick up 2 or 3 of them. Sometimes you can get the full loin. This was actually just a half, but they're nice to have in the freezer. All right, so I'm going to.
You're back over there with the meat.
And this will just go in at the tail end. You don't, it's already cooked. So all you
Yeah,
want to do is warm it through.
It was delicious cold though. I will say that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. So we're using meat that's already cooked. So you really don't have to stew the stew to get the meat to break down. We've already done that part. So, and this end piece is going to have some nice kick to it inside the stew. I'm just going to put it on top of my chorizo. I don't lose it. All right, that is all the cutting we have to do.
Sweet.
Very sweet.
There we go.
So you talk for a minute. Let me clean up real fast because I need.
So, because most of you guys weren't watching at the beginning, we made a hibiscus tea with hibiscus tea bags. Hibiscus tea bags from the co-op.
Yep, food co-op.
We use cloves. We used a couple of cinnamon sticks. Do we use ginger in that?
Yep, I had a little hunk of ginger from
a hunk of ginger in there,
Jen's
and
garden.
some turmeric.
Hey, good job.
I finally got it right, and we just boiled that, let it steep on the stove. We pulled it over here. We've sweetened it with natural pineapple juice. So
that's delicious.
We did a quart of tea, 2 cans of pineapple juice, and then for mine, I'm adding vodka because it's cocktail night. And Nick's just having hers
Mine's
normal.
Regular.
Just regular, plain old Jane old.
It's delicious.
It is really good.
Like I would happily drink that sitting outside in summertime.
The cinnamon comes in nicely. Oh,
it's incredible.
The smell that was around the house.
Now we're
delicious.
not done with the stew, by the way. There's still more to go in it.
Okay. As long as there's no tomatoes.
No tomatoes, but we're going to shift gears just a bit so I can get the other pieces of things going and moving.
So the tea is called a Zobo. Zobo tea.
The traditional.
That is the West African name. What's that?
Meat pies.
Meat pies.
We're going to warm the ones I made this afternoon.
As a test run.
As the test run. I'm going to warm them up.
Yeah. Do I need to agitate the stew?
You can, yeah.
I will agitate the stew. Do we not want to put the meat in?
The pork can probably go in. Sorry, I'm messing with.
You're fine. You go over there.
Okay.
Well, I'm not putting anything in until it all can go in.
I was kind of wanting the potatoes to do their thing.
Okay.
All right. So this is a cold.
There are no potatoes. There's
sweet potatoes and yams.
But yam's not a potato.
Well, no, it's not. But the potatoes are going to be the one that takes a little bit longer.
Okay.
Although not too much, probably, to be honest. Okay. Shifting gears while that cooks just a little bit. What is she whining over?
She is whining because the other one is outside.
Oh, well, let her out.
She just came in.
Oh. Hi, Pooch. All right, put him over here so they can see this concoction.
That one over there?
Yeah.
All right.
So this is the filling for the meat pie. I did it this afternoon because it really has to cool down before you can start stuffing dough with it. So there's way more here than I need, so I'll freeze part of it to use in other things. It is venison, Yukon potato, carrot, onion, ginger, garlic, turmeric, curry, J effect, of course.
Did you say it correctly?
Turmeric?
Yeah.
Yes, I said it correctly. All of that mixed together until it cooks, and then you add a little bit of beef stock with some cornstarch to thicken it, and that cornstarch kind of pulls it all together so it stays together when it's cold.
Yeah.
It kind of glues it together. So that's our meat mixture. I've got the recipe written out, so I'll do all that for you guys. But
we'll make you aware.
I'm still working on January's newsletter too, by the way. I'm almost there. pie dough.
So does anybody have any questions or comments on what we're making?
No, they're just following along.
Just following along, just watching. Maybe they are making something like a yam as well, and we are just the background music.
We might be.
Bow, wow, wow, making that turmeric.
All right, so rolled up
the
pie
yam
dough.
all messy. Making the yam all messy. Bow, wow, wow.
Oh my Lord. Okay, pie dough.
Okay. Well, nobody's commenting. So
You
I mean,
one of these guys, big old biscuit cutter looking thing. Get as many out of the circle as you can. I'm only going to get 4. And we'll reuse and get a few more. Yes, my counters are clean.
Yep. Jen says I need to shush. I think it's just because she's not getting any bounce.
Hey, be nice. God, you're drinking vodka.
I'm just drinking vodka.
Okay.
Not gin.
No, I'm not going to beat him over the head with this.
Yeah. Nope.
We're going to...
She's not going to put it where the sun don't shine either.
Roll these just a little bit thinner than what pie dough is. Spoon. Won't take much. Kind of spread it. Don't overstuff this afternoon, and they just kind of whip in the air fryer. Fold over. Pie dough. You don't really need to wet it to seal. See, it busted.
What?
You don't really need to wet these to seal them on the pie dough. You can certainly. See, I busted one. But that's okay. We're going to be okay with that.
Heck yeah.
And you certainly, feel free to make your own dough here. Hot potatoes. Coming in.
Look, I see that. I got to go let a dog in.
Now, I am no baker. I can stuff things. I can fold things over. Most of the time they break. But they always taste good. And that's all I care about.
The hounds have returned.
All right.
So these are the hot ones?
Those are the hot ones.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, I made those earlier because, these take a few minutes in the oven, but that and I wanted to test them.
Yeah.
So we're going to put broken wind right over here.
Shoot.
We'll make another one. Try to do this so you guys can see it. The filling for this is delicious too. I was just kind of eating it by the forkful. I'm going to do these in the air fryer at 400. They'll take about 12 minutes. 10 minutes we'll start. See how it goes. I'm just pinching. If you want a pretty edge,
use a
you
fork.
run a fork around them.
We did that on one.
I did, and then I gave up.
I don't blame you.
I'm not a baker, you guys.
So what kind of meat was in there?
I use venison in this.
Okay. Like venison burger?
Venison burger, yeah. So, chorizo, it's a meat pie. And they're like, like the Cornish meat pies. So, it's very much like that because of how they ended up where they were, whatever. So, colonization, including, Europe here, England here, things move around.
Stew. Should I put the lid on this?
Nah, you can turn it down though until I get these done.
No, we're going to leave it.
Okay. Full blast.
Full go. Full send.
You find meat pies all over the Midwest in various forms and fashions, but it's the spices in this one. See, I busted that one too.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's cooking for home, cooking for dinner, not cooking for presentation.
Okay, I can probably get a couple more out of this, but I'm going to try to get at least one more.
Man, this looks good.
Yeah, this takes a little bit of time here.
Yeah. Well, all good things come to those who wait.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they say?
And, use your dough until it's gone.
Yeah, don't just...
If you have one of these guys, I have them. I've never used them. But if you've got them and it's easier for you to do,
go for it.
go for it. Okay, so that one's considerably too thick. Now, here's the deal. If you watch the news tonight, you know that egg prices are ginormously expensive right now.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, you would do an egg wash on the top of these. You don't have to. The egg wash just makes them glossy. So you're overstuffed. Makes them glossy and golden brown.
Hey, quick question.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to be doing something with this hominy?
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm not moving real fast here.
Okay. Well, I just was asking. Do you want me to help?
Nope.
Okay. You want me
Because
to stay out of the way?
Then it's too many things at once and people can't follow.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to leave that mess in the sink. I mean, you could put the mess in the sink for me, but that's all good.
I didn't know the mess and this wasn't even to go to the sink. I thought you were trying to make one more.
You can brush with melted butter.
Yeah.
Okay. You can spray.
Yeah.
With canola oil.
That's the way we're going to do it.
It won't get as golden brown on top.
It still gets golden brown pretty
well.
It
gets, yeah. Like, if you don't want to waste an egg, don't waste an egg.
Yeah.
And guess what else you can do?
Not at $14 a dozen.
It was crazy. If you want to give them some color.
Give them some color.
Yeah, no.
Look at there. We've never used their products at all.
Oh, hello. I'm gonna bake these, and that means this is gonna shake a little bit because of the pull.
We'll be fine.
And there we go.
How long did you do?
10 minutes at 400.
Okay.
In an air fryer.
400 degrees, air fryer, 10 minutes.
400 degree oven, 25.
Oh. That convection on that air fryer really kicks it in, doesn't it? All
right,
we've got a whole lot of this left.
Because I made a whole lot of it. Okay.
I see.
I have canned red kidney beans and navy beans going in the pot. Because remember, this is a meat and beans stew.
Swimming
these are already cooked. Going kind of at the last minute.
So we got somebody else. Somebody new watching.
Hello, somebody new. The next thing that's going to go in is hominy. So hominy is a corn product that has been treated with lime or lye, one or the other.
Yeah. An alkali.
Yes. And it removes the germ of the corn and it causes it to swell up and puff. If you've never seen it before, that's what it looks like. I bought yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Comes in a can, tastes like corn. It's
not.
No. In fact, what's the corn puffs? Is it corn puffs, the cereal?
Yeah.
It kind of looks like that, but that's going in the pot.
That's going in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
So we had all them taters.
So chili's going to stir.
And yams. And onion.
So to that, we're going to add...
And pepper.
We're going to add some more chicken stock. I can tell it's going to need it.
It's going to need a little bit more chicken stock or we're going to have more veggies than stew.
Yeah, that light's flickering. My air fryer drags
really
on
draws down the...
It does, yeah. Coming in.
Okay, coming in hot. That's not chicken stock, that's water.
Because I loaded up the chicken stock earlier.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we're coming in with about a tablespoon
of seasonings
of J Effect Original. And this is just a really good all-purpose. It's got paprika, a little bit of salt. I mean, it's got all the right flavors in there.
Not a lot of salt, though.
A little bit of turmeric.
More color.
Curry is not traditional.
But we're adding it.
But I like the flavor profile. So we'll just add a little bit. And to give it some heat.
Yes, please.
Oh, you can go ahead and add the meat if you want to. Those were pretty well done after I put some heat on it.
So that meat is the chorizo and the pork loin that we cooked yesterday.
Pink Tiger Farms embers, so a little bit smoky, a little bit hot.
A little bit, not hot, really.
No, I mean,
heat. Not much. Though.
It's not going to hurt
It's not gonna
anything. And spices that don't have anti-caking agents in them will cake. Just, be ready for that. So they're not going to be shaken out of a shaker. So you'll have to get a spoon in there. So that was about a teaspoon. Maybe a little bit more.
Is that a bad thing that spices don't have an anti-caking?
No, because the caking agent's artificial, right? So if you don't want that in your body.
Yeah, then you don't want that anti-caking agent.
Right. All right, so we're going to let that go.
Just get a spoon.
I am going to add a little bit of cornstarch, though.
Any other commentaries? That is a full stew, I'm telling you.
I've got quite a bit of liquid in here, but I'm going to add
a slurry.
Yeah, and it's going to be about a tablespoon of cornstarch by the time I get it all in here, just to get it thickening a little faster.
Do we want to check on our... Man, our light is just going.
Yeah, we're 6 minutes in. Yeah, it draws down the electricity.
Well,
so usually
old house, folks, old house.
Yeah, well, yeah, very much the case. What you doing, Boogie Boo? All right.
That's Astrid. Hey.
You say hi?
You say hi? Come here.
She turned a year old a week ago.
Come here.
Or so.
Come here. Thank you.
That's my baby girl.
Yep, that's our Malangator.
Malangator.
Chomp, chomp.
She is definitely a Malangator. Let's see. Malinois, Belgian Malinois gator. Okay, so these are the ones that I made earlier. I didn't season the tops of them, but because I just thought about that. And see that one, broke in half.
Yeah. I got doggy paws on me.
That's okay. You can show
I
them.
figured.
There's a big old potato right in the middle of that one.
Look at that. Meat pie.
They're really good.
Mm.
And it's just Pillsbury pie dough.
Oops. It's by your feet.
I mean, if you want to make your own pie dough, go for it.
Here.
All right. I'm going to get a spoon and taste that.
Right here. You're supposed to have a really good nose. Use it.
You can't catch for nothing. I throw food her direction and it's just like,
boom.
Oh, it's so good. I like my dough just slightly on the underdone side. So bear that in mind. I'm doing 10 minutes. 11 or 12 might be better for you. But I like it a little, just a teeny bit doughy. Oh, that's spicier than I thought it was going to be. I will say it needs salt.
Num, 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 num.
So, yeah, that's the end of my salt shaker salt.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
She's just sitting right in the way. Nope, over the shoulder.
This is like super hearty. It's also super done.
It looks thick. And
So it timed itself pretty perfectly.
Yeah. Oh man.
So it's not super spicy. It's not super salty.
I'm gonna turn this off.
Yeah. Here's the other part that you want to put in it, but
Nope.
Chili doesn't like them. So I'll
Nope.
put them in mine.
Nope.
Are the collard greens. Or some kind of green. Kale, collard, mustard green, turnip green, some kind of green.
Nope.
Chili doesn't like them. So I'll
You
stew those up later.
didn't ruin it with tomatoes. So let's not ruin it with
that.
greens.
Let me get bowls.
Yep, please do. Go get
No,
bowls.
I kept the maters out of it for you.
Finally a dish without tomatoes.
Well, they're very.
I get it. I understand that you only
they're
have
just everywhere.
3,000
Tomatoes
cookbooks.
are just everywhere.
And, you only have 3,000 cookbooks. You can't find any dishes without tomatoes. I understand.
Oh, Chili. I'll give you a bunch of meat. How's that?
Oh, that's lovely. I appreciate that. Especially the chorizo. That chorizo looked delish.
There we go. Nice and spicy.
Yep.
Hot. I mean, warm spice, not like making those run spice.
Not that. It's perfect.
So there we go. Are these guys 2 minutes? 2 minutes.
Okay.
I'll be making collard greens this week in the crock pot.
So what is the name of this stew? Cachupa?
Yes.
Cachupa.
Thank you. I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound bad. Every time I look at that word, I think chupacabra.
Well, I was thinking the cachaça that we've been drinking.
So here's the deal.
I was thinking. I was like, man, this is like awfully Brazilian.
Remember, migration, colonization, migration as in moving around of people.
Yeah.
The
words are still the same, but different.
And
yours has got a really nice green color to it now.
Yeah, and those colors will wilt.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
In a big way.
As soon as you.
So I just chopped them up real fine.
Nice.
In fact, when I've been researching West African recipes, there's so much. Every time I looked at one I thought that sounds delicious, we'll make that. It was the same thing that we did in Brazil. Like there's such an overlap because of the Portuguese influence.
Gotcha. Those Portuguese
got around, by God.
They did. They yammed it up.
They did something. Hey, and I'm gonna put a hunk of chorizo on top of this for photo op purposes.
Yeah. They really did yam it up.
And these are beautiful.
Those look delicious already. I mean,
don't they?
Wow. I want to eat those. They're over here.
Wherever.
Put them over there by your phone.
Okay.
Look at those.
Beautiful.
I thought maybe the stew had one of those wild monster animals in it. Nope.
What?
The stew did not have any wild monster animals. The meat pie had wild monster animals.
Yep. Not the stew.
The stew has 100% domesticated
piggy
perk.
All right, there we go. This is too hot to eat. Those are too hot to eat, so we're not going to eat yet.
Yeah.
But it's done.
It's dinner.
This
I will tell you this: the stew base, the soup part of the stew, is very flavorful.
Oh yeah. The broth.
The broth.
That's how you managed.
Yeah.
Those are delicious. Those will
really
be more delicious because we sprinkled the spice on top. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, the egg wash, it's nice.
Yeah.
Gives you a nice golden sheeny, gloss. Yeah. It's not necessary. I mean, you're not gonna have something that's inedible if you don't use an egg wash. So save your eggs for more important things than egg washes. Like breakfast with bacon.
Yeah. See, I mean, that was not egg washed. And that
Mm-mm.
has a beautiful brown color.
And they're gonna be
And
just
they're
as
going to
delicious
taste
without.
just as
Yeah.
good.
So that's it. We're done.
Done, done, done. That was warm as hell, though. I will say that.
No doubt there.
Yeah. Woo!
So if it snows tomorrow, we've got stew.
We got food.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's delicious.
Zobo
That is,
tea.
and that was super easy to do on the stovetop with tea bags
Yeah.
too. It wasn't as involved as Zobo traditionally is. So
Yeah.
there we go. So a
Yep.
stew. Didn't really need meat pies with stew.
Yeah, we did.
There you go. So yeah, we visited a couple of places. So the stew came from Cape Verde.
Mm-hmm.
So again, adapted based on location and ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
So we're celebrating other cuisines here all year long. These were based on the ingredients, the filling based on the Nigerian meat pie snack. That again kind of landed there because of colonization. So it's kind of an interesting when you really dig into the places and the people and the history. Interesting how things have happened. So next week, I have no idea. Until next week.
I know.
Yeah, he's got cocktails all laid out.
I got it all laid out. By God, I put the time and effort into it already.
Good man.
I know what we're having.
I have some ideas, but things are very involved in some of the traditional cuisines, so I'm having to kind of toy with the flavor profile and some things. So,
but I'm not telling you what we're having next week.
No, gosh, no. That would not be any fun. It wouldn't be a surprise.
Nope, that's exactly right.
All right. So we're going to let this cool. We're going to go eat. We're going to package some up for tomorrow. And yeah, that's it for tonight. So thank you for watching and hanging out with us. And hopefully you'll try some of these. They're not super hard for sure.
No.
Even that one. I mean, if you make pie dough on the regular, feel free to make some. But I do not. I cheat. So
we buy pie dough.
But that filling, I was thinking about it, would be really good, like a stromboli filling, just with a different flavor profile. So I'm thinking about using it for that down the road. So I'll freeze part of it. So there we go.
All right. Thanks, folks. Thanks for sticking in.
We'll see you next week, guys.
And enjoying, or at least tolerating.
Tolerating is good.
Our togetherness.
Where's my...
Bye, everybody.
I lost it. My rolling pin.